simple thing. So the same thing you executed, the same project will do, like Hello Message project only, but we'll see how the what is the HTTP request, what is the mule event, what are the different parts of the event. That's the thing we'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm creating a project now. When I'm creating a project, we can create project for two ways. One is I'm creating a simple project. This is the project not based on any API implementation. Okay. So if you are design any API in the design center, we can download that API and we can implement that the project based on that API. Okay. In that case, you need to download the API. So I told right, we are discussing the second stream. First stream is we need to discuss about API design thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will show you how to download the design, how to implement that design in different thing. Okay. Now the focus is on how we process the message. Please put focus on that. Okay. We will discuss the design concept. We will don't put focus on that right now.
Exactly.
A simple project, and this is a Mule runtime server we're going to deploy. And the server is embedded inside your Mule Anypoint Studio.
Okay.
Right, and simple project. Finish. So if you see a project got created.
Yep.
And it has several folders inside the project. We discussed about each and every folder. What is this src/mulesoft/mule. And if you see, there is a flows there in the bracket.
I see.
Okay. So we discussed that flow is the basic building block of the Mule that will receive the message, process the message, right? So we'll put all the flows inside this folder. Okay. So there is one XML file got created with the project name when you create a project, right? And if you see here, to get started, drag an operation or scope from the Mule palette. This is the this is the project explorer. We can see all the projects we created over in the left side, project explorer area. I have developed different projects, Salesforce, SAPI, Secure Profits Demo, SFDB. These are all projects I created earlier. Now I created this project, right?
That's right. Simple project. That's right.
Simple project. And the main area, this is called a canvas, or where we do the coding over here from this area in the middle part.
Yeah.
Okay. And the extreme right part is the component palette. Like I said, we have different kinds of connectors and listeners I told, right? So those things we will drag and drop over here and we can develop the integration. These are all component palette in the extreme right side area. And this is also important part below area, right? If below your canvas, there are some properties console. These two are very, very important. Means if you drag in any component, you want to configure that component, that component can be configured using Mule properties.
I see.
These are all things you do when you're developing a Mule Hello World application, I hope. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway, as I need to explain as a trainer, I need to explain each and every small thing also. Right. Now, the two ways. What I did is I dragged the listener and put over here. Right.
Yeah.
So see, when you drag a simple listener, what happens? The flow got created. Center flow got created.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes no, I don't want in this way. I want to see the flow. In that case, what to do is I'm creating this thing and type flow in the over here flow, and you can see the flow here, core flow, right? If you drag the flow over here, you can see the flow. This is empty flow.
Yeah.
If you see the empty flow, there are three sections you can clearly see.
The three, yeah, you're right.
Source,
The three sections that you already mentioned. That's right. Source,
yeah,
process, and
source,
error handling.
process, and error handling section.
Mm.
Now, what source will do? Source will receive messages from external systems or applications, right?
You're right. You're right. Listening. Right.
So my requirement is I will send message from Postman. I will send message from my Chrome browser. In that case, the Chrome browser and Postman and HTTP applications, right? So to receive the messages from HTTP application and to understand those messages, I need to engage HTTP listener.
Yeah.
So I'm putting HTTP listener in the source box, right? So this guy can able to understand the HTTP messages.
Yeah.
Then you need to configure few things. Means at what port in your machine this guy is listening for messages. Okay. Here in my I'm deploying a my local laptop and local desktop, so that what I'm doing is my machine is a local host. This is a 0.0.0.0 means local host, local machine.
That's right.
Okay. And this guy is listening for messages in my machine on 8081 port. So the client want to send a message means he need to send this port. Then this guy can able to take that message.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I change to 8082, I need to send to 8082 port, right? So that's the thing. And I'm just putting this route, this path where we can receive message in multiple paths. Okay, I put this in there. Just I put path as a one.
Okay.
I can view route also now. Now what I'm doing is I configured one listener to listen messages on 8082 port, right? So once I receive the message, once this guy receives the message, I want to print the message simply. Okay. So to print the message, we use the component called logger. Logger is a component. We will print the messages to the console.
Yeah.
Okay. In the logger, what I'm doing is I'm printing the messages. The message received is okay. There is some syntax over here. Hash square brackets. Inside I'm putting as a payload. So from the mule event, I want to print something. I want to extract something. So that thing, that component I need to put inside this thing, hash and square brackets. Okay, from the mule event, if I want to extract the variables, you need to put inside variable over here. I want to extract the payload, I'm putting payload over here because I'm sending the payload from the client, and that I want to see over here. I want to print over here, right? The very first thing. Now, okay, I simply put the simply print the payload, whatever I sent to the client. That's it. Okay. So let me deploy this one. First thing is on the project. See in the console area, right? You can see the progress of their deployment, how your application is getting deployed to the server.
Yeah.
That is inside this Anypoint Studio. This application got deployed. It's a confirmation. If you got any error, you can see the error over here. You can't see this deployment as a status. Deployed means your application deployed successfully without any error.
Okay.
Right. Now you can ready to test your application. So you need to install this Postman client to test your application.
Yep, I do have one. Yeah.
And what I'm doing is
called a local host.
Yeah. I deployed my application in my local machine, so local host, and I deployed to the port called 8082 and path called 1.
Yeah.
So to this point, if I send a message, your listener can pick up that message. Your listener is keep on listening at this point, at that point.
Okay.
The local host 882 at /1, your listeners keep on listening for messages. Your new listeners keep on listening for messages. From the client, if I hit this one, okay, what message I'm sending? I'm sending this JSON file, right?
Okay.
From the client, if I send to this point,
Mhm.
what your listener will do is you pick up that message and it will log that message, printing that message, right?
Wow, look at that.
Payload got printed. The message received is
Yeah.
this
And
is
the
the
payload.
message we received from the
The
client,
payload, yeah.
from the postman,
Yeah.
right? And how I printed that one, I extracted from the
Payload.
payload.
Yeah.
So in the mule event, there are three sections are there, right? The first section is attribute, second
Yeah.
section is payload, and third
Mhm.
section is variable. So the data in postman in the data section that is go to the payload. From the payload, I'm extracting. How I'm extracting? There is some syntax is there. What is the syntax? Hash and square bracket.
Yeah.
See, this is HTTP message we are getting from the postman.
Mhm.
HTTP message. And how this message look like? It got two sections. One is the header section. This is header. This section is header section. And this section some people call as a body section. In the body, I can send XML message or JSON message, whatever I send some message, right? Okay. And when it is go to mule, the listener, this guy listener,
Yeah.
what listener will take this message and converts to mule event. This is mule.
I see.
And mule event contains three sections, right?
Yeah.
This is
Attributes.
payload,
Payload.
what is variables.
And the variables, yeah.
So how listener will build this mule event is whatever the data coming inside the body,
Yeah.
it takes and copies to the payload section, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, we're able to print as hash square. If it payload means you can able to extract the payload and you can able to print the payload. The whatever the things we're sending in body that got printed, right? Just now we saw. Okay.
Yeah.
And next we're coming to attributes. So what listener will do is
Mhm.
the header section is copied to the attributes section.
Attributes, yeah.
Now you need to understand what are the headers.
Yeah.
In HTTP message, there are three kinds of headers. Three types of headers.
Mhm.
The first type is the standard headers.
Standard.
Okay, these are called standard headers.
Mhm.
And I can send second is query parameters. Query
Oh, I see.
params.
Yeah.
Query parameters are also go as part of the headers.
I see. I see now.
And third is URI.
URI. Yeah.
Okay. So these three will go as part of the headers. One is the standard headers.
I see. I see.
And the query params and URI params. These will go as a headers. Right? So what listener will do, will copy all these types of headers and put as part of the attributes.
Attributes, yeah.
Right. Then from the attributes, if I want to extract the, these things, how to extract means hash. Instead of payload, I need to put attributes, right?
Yeah.
Attributes.
Attributes.
Sorry, my writing is not
It's
good.
really good. Much better than mine.
attributes dot what kind of attribute. If you want to extract information from a header attribute, you need to use attribute dot headers. Headers dot. If I am sending something a city as an header on a header attribute header dot city, I will get the city header. I'm sending some name as a query parameter. In that case, attributes dot query params.
Query params.
Query params dot name. Okay. First, I will send these two, and later I will discuss about the URI parameters. Okay. One more.
So that name is a variable. Is what I'm saying. It is dynamic, right? It could change.
Yeah.
It could be whatever I set up for
Exactly.
the query parameter. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. Got it.
So I will go to header and
can you go back? What about the URI?
Yeah, URI. I will let it later.
Okay.
Because after discussing these two, I will go to URI. Okay.
Excellent.
First, I will send an header as a city. City name as some Denver. And query parameters I can do to send as a question mark. Something like I'm sending this label. Right? See, whatever standard headers I can send is headers. These are called standard headers. The city is a standard header. And the name is query parameters. I will append from the URI question mark. I will send the name query parameter. I want to send I want to send two query parameters. Then and something like some major is equal to computer science. Yes, something. Okay. So these two things I'm sending. One is a name and the major, and the third is the city is an header parameter. Now, what happens? These two, name, major, and city. These three will go as a headers, right?
Yeah.
These three travel in a header section. And when when message received by listener, what listener will do? We take this header section, this name, major, and this city, that put inside the attribute section.
And this is a query parameter we're passing.
Yeah. Now I'm printing that one using one more logger over here, putting a logger over here. Now first I want to print the header parameter. How I print is what thing I'm sending?
Yeah. The hash, yeah. Attributes that and
something.
Attributes that query.
Now see here, I need to select the attributes because that is coming as part of attributes. Attributes dot
that query parameter.
First, I'm printing header parameter. Headers.
Okay, on the standard.
City. Okay.
Okay.
Next. I'm printing.
So the city one you just added the postman. That's the standard.
This one standard.
Okay.
Standard, yeah. The Denver
anything with the URL that has a question mark after that, that's a query parameter.
Query parameter.
So we're sending two headers right now.
Yeah, I'm sending two query parameters and one header parameter.
So that's two header, right?
Yeah, this one, this one I can give it, but this is a parameter, header parameter right now I'm created, right? City.
Okay, yeah.
City Denver, right? So these two are query parameters, name and major.
Yeah. So Dinesh, make sure I understand. and the postman, if you go back.
In
the postman.
Postman, yeah.
Like I see right now, you are sending two type of headers, right?
Yeah.
One is a standard, like a city.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And the other one is a query parameter that has a two information. Good.
Right? Yeah. These were query parameters.
So
Now,
we can combine all the headers as much as we need, as long as we're sending 3 type.
yeah,
Okay, I'm with you now.
because some things you don't want to show up the city inside on the URI because
That's
there is
right.
some securities and you want to send from internally. Those things you will send as a headers, internal headers. Okay. This by seeing the URL, I can't understand the city is going because there is name and major only. Okay. So you want display, okay, there is nothing, nothing mistake or nothing wrong to display. Those things you put inside the, let's say, query parameters. Something you feel you don't want to display the those things on the URL, then you send as a standard address.
Standard. Okay, got it. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Now, if I want to print the query parameters, I put one more marker over here. It's a query parameter, something. The name, the main, the major, hash, attributes.
Then you see attributes.
Dot.
Then that.
Query params. What is the query parameter name? Name.
Yeah, name.
First one. Okay.
There's another one, right?
Yes, another one. Major is same attributes dot
query
params dot
major.
Make sure the spelling should be same from the postman what you were sending right over here.
Yeah, right now
This,
you're not in a script mode.
Yeah. Now let me save this thing. If you save, let me see the console. Let's start it. Started means deployed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can send from the client. Let's send this message. Come back over here. See. There is a log statement or info. This is called log statement. You see the one log statement at the end. The city from header is Denver.
Yeah.
Right. So this is standard header.
Yeah.
And name and major are Hamoud. Major is CS. So these two I'm printing from the query parameter.
Yeah.
Right. So the point you need to understand and need to remember is how I am printing. I'm printing something called the expression. This is called expression. Hash is expression. This is called data view expression. Okay. So what is expression? Nothing simple, very simple. Simple, put hash and square bracket inside that. Put the thing whatever you want to extract. Right?
So, okay.
Yeah.
You just say about this syntax or expression is from the data wave?
Yeah, physical data view expression. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
We have data view transformation language. That is the primary language for transformation. That is a very good topic. We're going to see.
Yeah, another time, yeah.
But this very simple expression to extract the content from the mule event. This very simple expression to extract the content.
Okay, so if I can ask you this.
Yeah.
So the listener listened the HTTP message.
Yeah.
He found out that was HTTP. It looked to the it looked to the header, it looked to the body, and put the header into attributes area, and the body puts the payload. But also it converts everything into the mule event.
Correct. Excellent.
But then for processors, or not processors, especially for the logs and others, to get some information from that message or from the payload or whatever attribute, to get some information from for the mule event, they utilizing and data wave language or syntax to pull information from the event. Is that correct?
Excellent. Wonderful. Yeah. Excellent, Hamoud. You got it. You got it. Nice. The point is now now today we're discussing how we are receiving messages. Once you receive, we can process, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the point. This is the exact point to understand how we are receiving the message inside the mule.
Yeah.
Okay. How many ways we can able to receive? We receive a message from the payload, or we can receive from the header, from the query parameter.
Yeah.
So if we are sending from query parameter, how we going to receive that message? If we put header, how we going to receive message? Yeah.
Nice. And the header, you said 3 type: standard, query parameters, and URI parameters.
Exactly.
I learned, you know, this is a new area, but I learned something from you now that even, you know, for like you're saying that for security aspect, we don't put that in, you know, sensitive data on a query parameters or a URI parameters, right? We have to use those informations in the standard header.
Yeah. Yeah. Even this is not 100% secure. People can able to hack it, can get it, but we can't see in the URL at least, right? By seeing the snapshot URL, we can't see the city.
Yeah.
By seeing the URL, you can able to know, okay, the name is going and major is going. The people can misuse this thing, right? They can, but the cities they can not able to see city on the URL, right?
Wow, that's nice.
Okay. So these two parameters, I think you understand about standard address and query parameters, right?
Yeah.
Now we're coming to the third parameter, that is the URI parameter, right?
Well, one thing that I'm curious is that the listener you set it up.
Yeah.
It was like the listener was get, right? Can you?
Yeah, exactly.
But you're sending posts, right? When you send a post from Postman,
yeah.
So the listener is still valid. It's still getting what is gets sent from that port, and from that and local host to the port. It's getting that. Okay. What I was thinking. Okay. All right. So we have to send it so it can receive it here. Now I'm with you. I thought we need a get method on the Postman, but we need a post method in the Postman so that our listener, our runtime can get some information from other sources.
Even get our post when from the Postman, when we invoke this point, localhost 882, at this point the listener is listening. Okay. So if you use get right, you can't able to send the body is not for get there is no body, only right. URL is there.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't send a payload when is get, the payload is always empty. If I hit like this, right? See, I just change the get, and if I hit, I won't get the payload. If you see the console, see, one moment, let me clear this thing and hit again. Clear that. If I hit this one, right? See, the message received is nothing,
empty,
blank, because get won't carry the payload. The body is not there for the get. Okay, only that URL is got triggered. Now you can able to see the header and this URI parameters, right?
Okay.
Okay. What is difference between post and get is, for post we can send message from the client.
Yeah.
But for get, the body is disabled. There is no body for the get messages.
Okay, got it now.
Even in the listener, right? In the listener, what your listener is configuring, you can set what kind of messages it has to listen. You want to listen the get messages or post messages or all kind of messages, that also you can send over here.
But right now we're not specifying right now, right?
Yeah.
We're not telling you.
Allowed methods is there, right? Now allowed method is by default is get and post.
Okay, all right. So it listens both. I got it.
Yeah.
My understanding was that was listening only getting. It was like only get.
If you are both. Correct. If a requirement says that only you need to understand the post only, get is not allowed, means you need to put explicitly over here, like post.
Yeah.
If you put post, it will only allow the post method. If you if you send a get method, you won't. It will reject that request.
Got it. So it's both right now.
Yeah. Right. Based on your requirement. Now it is allows both get and post. This listener will allows both get and post. Clear, Amod?
Yeah.
Now coming to the final one is URI parameter. Okay. URI parameter is also we will send in the URL. See, now this is a URL, right? What is URL sending? So this is called URL. Let me put that thing over here. This is a URL, right? We are sending. So this part is
the same, right?
Actually URL, and afterwards, after question mark, this part is parameters actually. Okay, parameter starts after question mark, right? And URI parameters you can send as part of the main URL. This is called main URI, and this is called parameters. This query params. This part is query params, right? This part is query param. This is called main URI. And if you can send a parameter using the main URI, that's called URI parameter. Like you can send like this: HTTP localhost maybe port is 8082. I want to send some country information over here. Okay. /1/USA question mark and query parameter start. Name is equal to blah blah blah, something like that. Now I want to send the country information, right? I'm sending USA here, and next time I will send /1/Germany. I can send whatever country I like, whatever information, right? I want to send as part of the URL, right? So now this is called URI parameter. Germany or USA, India, I can send whatever country. It depends upon your requirement. I want to get all the details from the USA. I will send USA as a URI parameter. If you want to get details of Germany, I will send Germany as a URI parameter.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that thing URI parameter, I will sending like this. Now what I'm doing is over in the post and change modification /1/ I'm putting USA. Okay. Now in the mule end, I need to pick up this information, right? I need to take this information, right? What kind of modification I need to do is after one, right?
Yeah.
I need to put / and here what I need to send is how can I get that after one? See, after path, after one, I'm sending country information, right? USA. And I want to get that information like dollar, putting as country. Okay. So here in the path I'm putting dollar and country means whatever from the client, whatever the country name I'm sending here, that is captured inside the
country.
This country parameter, right? So I'm putting a logger over here and here the around same attributes dot this time I'm printing the URI params. URI params dot. What is the parameter name I given?
Country.
Where I given when receiving, right? So, country. So this country I given the listener itself. Here this thing little different. I'm country.
Yeah.
I'm whatever from the postman what I'm sending. This is URI. I'm configuring in the listener. Okay. Rest of two I'm configuring the client itself. See, city parameter I'm configuring the client. Client means your postman. Okay. Name
so now you're sending all three headers.
Yeah, exactly.
All three attributes.
All three kinds of headers that count to attributes.
Yeah,
right?
All the three attributes.
All the attributes, right? Attributes dot header, attributes dot URI parameters, and attributes dot query parameters.
Yeah.
Right? Let me see this one again. Let me see. Not the dog is not quiet. The dog extra dollar over here. For some reason. I've started, right? So let me hit this one again now.
So you can, only
yeah,
USA, yeah. Good. I see that.
Right. If I in the postman in place of country I'm sending now Canada. Would send Canada.
Yeah.
Now we receive as countries Canada.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope you get
this is very good
idea about all the parameters.
Yeah.
Right? Query parameters, header parameters, URI parameters, and payload.
Yeah, so all of them, three of them. Wow. Is this common?
Way. It's common in the sense from the client we will receive information on this base only. These only 4 ways. One is as part of the payload, or as part of the query parameters, or a part of the header parameters, or as part of the URI parameters. Apart from that, we won't receive the message in any other way from the HTTP client.
But do they like? My understanding was that it might be they only send it like a. No, so right now, like your example, you're utilizing all 3 different headers.
That is depends upon your business requirement.
Okay.
So in some requirement, you want to send the departments as a URI parameter or country. Okay, some CS if you want to say send certain information from CS department, you put a sales as the URI parameter. That all depends upon your business requirement only. How functionally, how you want to send information from your client to mean event.
I see.
But these are the ways how we can send information from client to Mule event is Mule listener is. These are the ways you can send as a query parameter. That whatever wish your wish means that depends the design of the project. The URI design depends upon the project to project.
Excellent.
All right.
That's really nice.
If you clearly understands this message transformation means how the event is transformed to Mule event. That is very, very important, Hambo. You need to focus on that. Okay.
That's right.
That's very basic building block. Then this thing. And you can see, like I said, you can see the Mulesoft documentation also. That is also very good practice. Event processing. Processing in Mule 4. This is not. You can this is the old one, quite old one, inbound property. This is Mule 3, not this one. Okay. Explain about the old one. Don't confuse about these things. The old one, new one, don't need. Focus on only new one only. Mule 4 only.
Mule 4, right?
Yeah, Mule 4 only. I will share the resources also. What resources you want to go through?
So good, man. Thank you very much.
For processing. This is the one we discussed. This is processors. Yeah. Okay. this everything I will ping you in the chart. Go through this
Yeah,
one.
can you
Amol,
put that?
okay?
Yeah, like, please put down the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. This is important. Okay. Before introduction to menu message. So
Nice.
complete this article today.
Okay.
Right. And if you feel little complex, okay, don't okay, whatever I can explain you on that. Okay. Okay. I will do what I'm concluding right now for this. Any questions up to this point, Amol?